Welcome to Findlay High School. It is district championship night in Division 4. Our matchup tonight, the Shelby Whippets are playing the Elida Bulldogs. John Stocker DDS is tonight's premier sponsor for the Elida Bulldogs, providing dental care for high school sports fans. Mark Shine, Jerry Snodgrass here. Jerry, it is district championship night. 17-7 Elida, 16-8 Shelby.
And you know, you're right. Two very, very comparable teams, made it this far. Should be a great game.
Shelby comes out of the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference. They were 10-4 in that conference. That's a good league.
It is a very good league. I saw a couple games in that conference, and it's a lot of the old Northern Ohio League through the years, but very competitive. And you got to remember, Shelby was in the state tournament last year. A very, very good athletics.
And they've won 2 games in the tournament by a total of 4 points. They beat Ottawa Glandorf in overtime, 51-49. They beat Upper Sandusky here the other night, 60-58, and they trail by 10 with 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, and I saw a big part of that game was right before halftime, and they were leading maybe by 6, maybe by something like that, and a couple very quick turnovers, literally in the last 5 seconds. And Upper Sandusky turned it around. For them to come back from that was big.
Elida is here with wins over Van Wert. That was also an overtime game, 63-59, and they beat Bath 52-38. How about keys to the game, Jerry?
Well, first of all, let's look at Shelby.
Okay.
One of the things I say about them is they have to be efficient. And I think if you're not efficient, take advantage of every possession, you really struggle against Elida. You're talking 50 to 60 possessions on a game, typically, and, you got to make the most of those. Secondly, they've got to play good perimeter defense, with Wash, on the perimeter, and Zori Island, and, there's so much, and Marcus Hill, that can happen so much, and then you don't pick him up, or you try to pick him up, you better watch the help because of Parker Krim on the inside. So good perimeter defense, and thirdly, I think they need to control the boards. And I think that's tougher to do when you're not a slower down team like Bath was. You're out of position. I think that's going to be a huge challenge.
Elida, they come in here with Marcus Hill. He's had 2 great games in the tournament, 11 and 17, really stepped up his scoring average here in the tournament. How about keys to the game for the Bulldogs?
Well, I think now you kind of go to the other way of that. Number one, I think they need to create turnovers. They're very good at it. And sometimes in spurts, it's kind of that sooner or later, we're going to get you. And 2, they need to stay out of foul trouble. And, we saw that the other night a little bit, and I think that could be a huge key. That goes to another factor of that is how the game is going to be officiated. And we'll see. We have 3 pretty good officials on the game. And thirdly, I think they need to keep their composure, because I've seen Shelby go on some big runs, and especially with DeVito, who's a big-time scorer that we'll talk about eventually. But I think they really have to keep their composure throughout the game.
Let's go through our starting lineups then. Jerry just mentioned Braden DeVito. He wears number 2. He's a 5'11 junior, averaging 19 points per game. Number 5 is Nick Eister. He's a 6'2 senior. He averages 6 a game. 11 is Landon Foltz, a 6-foot junior, averaging 5.6 and 3.1 assists. Number 24, Anderson Brubaker. He's a 6'2 senior, averaging just under 5 a game. Number 44 is Carson Holman, 6'4 senior, averaging 8.7 points per game and 8.7 rebounds. Elida will go with Zori Island. He's a 5'9 senior, averaging 13.7 a game. Parker Krim wears number 2. He's a 6'4 junior at 6.3 and 8 rebounds. Marcus Hill, 5'11 junior, 7.5 for him. Amari Wash, 5'11 junior, 15.1, 4.3 rebounds for him. And number 23 is Evan Jackson, 6'3 senior. He averages 2.4 points per game and 3 rebounds. You've had our pregame. It's been brought to you by John Stocker DDS, sponsor for the Elida Bulldogs, providing dental care for high school sports fans. Starting lineups are in. Tip-off will be coming up right after this. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Findlay High School. Introducing the starting lineup. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency. Serving Lyman, Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lyman and in Bluffton. And our instant replay sponsor tonight is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living in your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Shelby in the red uniforms, Elida in the white. Our officiating crew, Pat McKinnon, Jeff Clare, and Zach Metzger. district final for the right to move on to Bowling Green State University next week.
And you mentioned the officials. Fortunately, a very solid crew tonight.
Has chipped into the backcourt, and it will end up Shelby basketball in their red uniforms. A lot of them have black undershirts to go along with that.
Which is not according to rules.
Well, but sometimes the rules just don't apply. This is Carson Holman. Handoff goes to the hands of Landon Foltz. Landon putting pressure by Elida. Landon Foltz tries to spin in the lane, cannot. Holman gets a three look. That hit the back of the rim. He had 4 of those the other night.
Yeah, he was very impressive. You could not leave him alone.
Island into the corner it goes. Bounce past Marcus Hill. Parker Krim spins baseline. Power layup goes. Parker Krim's in the book.
You know, they went to him so much the other night against Bath, and he's establishing himself, and nothing better than establishing yourself inside right away.
Foltz on top with the basketball. Their top scorer is Brandon DeVito. Brandon wears number 2. He's in the corner right now being guarded by Zori Island. Holman, here comes DeVito off a screen, and his 3 bounces long. Is tracked down the corner by Nick Eister. Into the lane, left-handed runner will bounce out. Hill rebounds, throws it ahead to Zori Island. Marcus Hill's been hot in the tournament. That bounces out. Holman rebounds. He averages almost 9 of those per game as DeVito pushes.
You know, Marcus Hill had an open shot, and, you know, he hit those the other night. He's deadly as well.
Almost a steal for Wash, but instead, Foltz is trying to get in the lane. Evan Jackson picks him up. Kick back out to Anderson Brubaker. He goes to the rim and will finish with the first Shelby basket of the game.
And you can see the pace so much different tonight for Elida.
Shelby showing some 2-3 zone. Wash looks inside. This is Jackson. Back to Amari Wash. He gets a 3 look. Bounces off the rim. Rebound backside. Anderson Brubaker. Here's Foltz with Jackson harassing him. To the rim he goes. Krim knocks it away. Marcus Hill's in transition. And right to the rim. That shot's blocked. Wash, step back 3. Splash.
Well, that's what you want if you're Elida. You want somebody to feel that they're hot. They feel that he's got the shot, he's going to take it. That helps so much with your confidence.
Amari Wash's 25th three-point field goal of the season puts his team up 5-2. DeVito spins against Hill and can't get away from him. And headed to the rim, we're going to get our first foul of the game. That will go against Parker Krim. And it's going to be a shooting foul. Our free throw sponsors Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. To the free throw line, Nick Eister. Nick is a 68% free throw shooter.
We saw that penetration there by Shelby, and of course I mentioned that as a key for Shelby to stop Elida's penetration, but the way the two teams play, it's same for Elida, because if you don't, that leads into foul trouble.
Much thank you to Todd Walker from WIMA, who clued me in on some of the Shelby stats. Appreciate Todd doing that for us this evening. It's 5-3 in favor of the Bulldogs. Marcus Hill as they spin it around the zone. Krim in the middle. Parker Krim spins, works. That's blocked, but we're going to get contact.
That's so tough to stop. Once he's got the ball in there, you know, the number of times I've seen him, he just keeps pivoting. He's going to the hole, so you don't have to worry about a 3-second call. It goes up strong, and at the free throw line right now, I'll wait till after this shot. Well, I was going to say that the other night, he was as key as anything hitting his free throws. I
have the story behind that. He had a headache. He shot free throws better than he has in his life, and there was some talk about whacking him in the head down in the locker room tonight. He bounced that second one was short as well. Nick Eister rebounds. Ahead of the pack, Brubaker. Off the screen, Holman gets a look at it. Short. They missed all 3 of their 3-point field goals. Wash Island. Back to Mari Wash, another three look for him. That bounces off the back of the rim. Krim, as he does so well, battles for the offensive rebound. This has been 4 minutes of action, Jerry.
Yes, it has.
Really getting after each other.
I was just going to comment that same thing. We're back and forth, up and down, and as long as Elida controls the penetration and forces that outside shot right now, Shelby's not hitting them.
Landon Fultz. On top it goes to Anderson Brubaker. He's going to get a screen from Holman. To the wing it goes to Eister. Here's DeVito with Hill chasing him around. 19-point-a-game score. Into the lane he goes. Runner. Back of the rim, no. Krim trips it into Wash's hands. Wash in a hurry. To the corner. Island goes baseline, and Zori Island overshoots it. Krim rebounds. Spins inside. Back up it goes. I think Holman got a hand on it.
Yes, he did. And I don't think Parker Krim knew where he was at first when he got it. He had an open
three
shot
from
there.
Eister. Nick Eister has 43 of those on the season. He's got 4 points in the game now, and his team leads by 1.
So far, this might be the longest possession of the game.
Hill on the wing. Shelby's been 2-3 zone throughout. Wash on top. Looking for some spacing.
You know, they found out in the first couple possessions the best way to break that zone is get the ball down court and not let them set up in it.
Hill on the wing. Island's going to get a couple of screens. Bounce pass inside Jackson on a set play, and it bounces out on him. Hill came in for the rebound and went off a Shelby whippet. First sub of the game, Brody Altenbach.
And that little 4-foot shot, you know, in their paint, that to me is one of the hardest shots in basketball.
Brody Altenbach is in the game. Brody is a kind of a zone buster type guy. He's got 27 made three-point field goals in the season. He had 1 the other night. You leave him on alone in the perimeter, and he will make you pay for it.
He definitely is the zone buster when you look statistically.
Inbound pass goes to Wash, and Amari's got 5 in the game, puts his team back up 1.
He helped so much off Parker Krim, left him open.
Wash bothering Fultz out front. Fultz going to lean in with left-handed shot that rolls out. Rebound, Holman is going to get a foul on Marcus Hill.
Now rebounding is such a key in any game. When you give up that penetration, and I think it was Landon Fultz that went in there on the penetration, you're forced to help, and you leave your man, and that just opens up the offensive rebounding opportunities, in this case for the Whippets.
Ryan Holman is a 79% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the first of his Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throws. And again, that one also is good, and that will put his team back up 8-7 with 2:27 to go in our opening quarter.
Holman's been very impressive all year. One of the few seniors that's back from a state tournament team a year ago.
Wash on the wing, Island on the wing, now Wash. Marcus Hill and Krim. Tries to bull inside. Hill gets a 3 look out of the corner. Marcus Hill has been really, really good in the tournament this year.
You know, he has such a good-looking shot. Give him a half step, and he's just going to drill that.
Games of 11 and 17 in the tournament so far. He had 11 in the opening quarter on Tuesday night's game.
And that was such good ball movement that time by the Bulldogs.
DeVito, deep 3. And that's why he averages 19 a game. Puts his team up 1. Island. And now Wash. Approaching a minute to go, opening quarter. Altenbach. I missed number 3, Michael Shepard had checked in. Ball's loose, scramble for it. Held ball situation, that will favor Elida. This will bring Noah Joshua into the game. He wears number 11 for Elida. 6'4" junior. 58.4 to go in our opening quarter.
And a fast-paced quarter.
Coach Howard directing traffic. Trying to get everybody set in his zone offense where he wants them. Alton back. They covered up with him quickly with DeVito. Half a minute to go.
Everybody wanted to travel on that, but I don't think he did.
I don't think he did
Just
either.
took a big lead step.
Yep, he got that pivot foot secured. And now Zori Island says we will play last shot of quarter number 1. Island, pull-up jumper. Back of the rim, no. It goes out of bounds, and Shelby's going to get 4.6 to get a shot.
And if you're wondering if 4.6 is enough, it certainly is.
Quickly into the game. Nick Eister comes back into the basketball game. Long shot goes off the rim at the buzzer from Fultz. And we have played 8, Shelby 11, Elida 10. Second quarter action coming up. You're watching high school tournament basketball, WOSN. From Findlay High School, Shelby 11, Elida 10. John Stockton EDS is tonight's premier sponsor for the Elida Bulldogs, providing dental care for high school sports fans in a rapidly played opening quarter. We did not have a timeout. Our timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com.
You know, Mark, in these little-known facts, I was looking at the scoreboard, you know, just double-checking points, and not too often you can look up there at the scoreboard and see a team and their numbers all on the floor. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
There you go. That's right.
little known information.
The Elida lineup right now.
Right.
It'll be Shelby basketball to start quarter 2.
And fairly balanced scoring. That's what I was really looking at.
Holman, Krim, DeVito. Wash got to him in a hurry. DeVito inside. Krim recovers. Good block shot. He still got to the rebound. Wash in a hurry. To the lane, and Mari Wash missed the runner in the lane.
I think he was just a little bit out of control.
Scramble for the ball. And on the floor is Anderson Brubaker, and we get a held ball.
Yep.
This will be a Elida ball since Shelby had it at the quarter break.
I think on that last one, I think it was Amari Wash that was down there. I think he just was going so fast. He was just a little bit under the basket and didn't know where he was at.
Looked like Coach said, we're going to push the tempo at the quarter break, and he was definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
This is Amari on the wing, and now Zori Island. Altenbach. Marcus Hill. They swinging around. Shelby's been in this 2-3 zone the whole game. Wash goes inside and goes up in traffic, and Holman rips the rebound away. Landon Fultz. Elida's been man-to-man the whole game. Fultz tries to get in the lane and cannot. Here's a three that's going to go up from Brubaker, short. Altenbach rebounds.
That was an excellent job that time by the Bulldogs checking out. Man for man that everybody boxed out.
Altenbach in the corner, pulls the trigger. That's short. Tipped up by Wash. And Holman gets another rebound. 90 seconds gone, quarter 2. No points on the board in this quarter.
Altenbach is that zone buster, just as you said, but he had a pretty big hand in his face on that. Probably just a half step outside of his range.
Wash, he's out front with Fultz. Comes off a pair of screens, and Hill tips it away. And we're going to get substitutions back in the game. Michael Shepard will re-enter. And so does number 10, Avery Lambert. Both of those played a bit in the opening quarter. Our scoreboard sponsor today is Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lyman and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and in Bluffton. So we get everybody situated on the court.
You're right, we're 2 minutes into this quarter and no scores, but it's not because of bad offense, it's just been solid defense.
Hill pressuring out front, and we're going to get a travel. He forced Avery Lambert into a travel.
You know, and that's why I said one of the big keys, I think, for Elida is to create turnovers. And that turnover traveling call was done because of the pressure out on the perimeter so high.
Zory Island directing traffic. Wash is on the right wing this time. Hill's in the corner. Hill's got a corner look at three, but DeVito got to him in a hurry. Zory Island into the lane. That gets Wash a look out of the corner. He made another three. High arcing shot. He's got a pair of those in the game at 8 points of Elida's 13.
You know, you keep hitting those, that'll get you out of his zone pretty quick.
DeVito spins into the lane. There'll be a foul called, and we're going to get Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. You can find them in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's famous recipe chicken, where home style happens here.
You know, other than that big three by DeVito, we've not really seen, you know, a lot of offensive production on it, but that's also because Elida's on him like a glove.
Braden DeVito averages 19 points a game. He shoots 74% from the free throw line. He made his first. Evan Jackson will re-enter. Marcus Hill gets a break. And we're going to get a couple Shelby subs too as Carson Holman re-enters, as does Landon Foltz. There's DeVito, the 5'11 junior's second opportunity. Back of the rim goes that one, and Krim secures the rebound to Island, and Zory couldn't quite corral it.
Yep, off of his foot, off of his leg there. Well, just couldn't control it.
It started when Krim tried to rebound the basketball in traffic. It just didn't get him a good outlet pass because he was losing his own balance. Good effort by both players. This is Foltz. Top it goes to Holman. Wash comes off Foltz comes off a screen. Shepard ball fakes. Goes inside and ran right over Amari Wash. Michael Shepard over penetrates and gets called for a foul.
And you know, I'm watching DeVito so much on that last possession. I saw him go off for 27 in the game, and impressive. And boy, Zory Island's just help side, weak side. There's no help side for him. He's right on him the whole time.
Island's calling a set as he walks the ball up the court. Team's up by one. Island penetration dribble and lost it. Tried to make a bounce pass. Lost control. DeVito down the floor, pull up from 17.
Yeah, and that's in that transition where you can't pick him up as quick. He is dangerous.
He's got 6. That leads the scoring for the Shelby Whippets, and his team goes back up 1. And a very nice lady from Findlay brought us water.
Yep, she's a wonderful assistant, you know, executive assistant here, and does a great job.
Alton back on top. It goes to the wing now to Wash. Halfway through quarter 2. Jackson's in the short corner. Pull-up jumper. Zory Island is short. Rebound comes to Foltz. Landon will try to get away from Zory Island and can't. Here's DeVito again, this time from 3. Jackson tips the ball to Zory Island. Zory saying, let's run. Brownback gets a 3.
Yep.
I've seen that a lot. Another assist from Zory Island.
Boy, I tell you, younger people watching him shoot, perfect form, just a perfect form.
Ball's lost. Here goes Amari Wash in transition. Amari to the rim, and Krim rebounds. He goes up, and there'll be a foul. 3:17 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a media timeout. You're watching high school tournament basketball, WOSN. The foul was assessed to Nick Eister. Parker Krim will go back to the free throw line. Free throw will bounce in.
And you can tell how much the Bulldogs want that transition.
Yep.
They get every chance on a rebound, they'll get out and go.
I said earlier this year, Jerry, in a game, Brody Altenbach is the ultimate sniper. He has shot 2 free throws on the season. He lives on that three-point line, and he is really, really good from there. That one missed.
When I was looking at his statistics, not only from the line, but also from 2, I thought, is there a misprint here?
Zoe Island almost got a steal trying to get it to DeVito, but Fultz held on to it. This is DeVito. Braden's got 6 in the game. Holman. Ball's tipped loose. Scramble for it. To Altenbach. Brody Altenbach. Marcus Hill. And his shot goes up. Nope, but Hill gets to go to the free throw line. They do like that pace, don't they?
They sure do. You can just see a whole different team, and you know that Shelby has just worked so hard. They know they've got to get back, and that kind of takes you out of your own rhythm a little bit too. When you're, you know what I mean, you're playing at that's a little faster pace than they're used to. And
Marcus Hill misses his first Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw. Our replays today are brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living into your backyard every day with luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And Elida is struggling at the free throw line today. I have them 1 for 6.
Yeah, you've got to hit your free throws.
Fultz into the lane. Holman from 17. That was a pretty looking jump shot. Marcus Holman's got 4 in the game. Elida's still up 1.
I think you mentioned he had 3 threes, I think, the other night.
Yeah.
And they were deadly. I mean, they really, really made a difference in that game. You look at him, you don't think he's going to shoot from out there, and he just drills. Got a nice form.
Island directing traffic as we approach the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Getting everybody where he wants them. Coach Howard's directing some traffic too. And you get Marcus Hill into the corner. A little open post action here.
Yeah, they reverse that ball, try to get Altenbach in the corner.
DeVito cheated out on him that time. Here he is, Brody, 3-point shot, short, rebound, comes to Eister. DeVito, deep 3. His second made 3-point field goal gives him 9 in the game, puts his team up 2. Krim had it inside. Zoriata looked at 3. And then Parker Krim ends up with it, muscles up, missed that shot. Holman tips it out to DeVito. And he was harassed by Zoe Island and was called for a double dribble. Coach Greg Galloway didn't like that call.
Yeah, and from our view, which is different than the Shelby bench had, but I just think that he fumbled it. He was so worried about the pressure behind him that he just fumbled it. And I don't think the people are booing from the side that we have.
Yeah.
The view,
Yes.
it's the other angle that's booing.
Plus, that's all the officials wearing Shelby colors.
Yeah.
Marcus Hill, Story Island. Hill into the lane, and Marcus Hill gets called for an offensive foul. That'll be Marcus' second foul of the basketball game. Becomes the first player in the game with 2 fouls, and that will bring in Jonathan Payne. Jonathan's a 5'10" junior to replace Marcus Hill.
And you can really tell, you know, when Shelby's able to get back and set in that 2-3 zone, Elida's not that comfortable.
Story Island, bounce pass. Krim tips it away. We've had just one timeout in the game. That's been our media timeout. Our timeout sponsors, Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com.
Well, even at this pace, both teams are using their benches pretty well too and keeping people fresh.
Brubaker against Eben Jackson. Back of the rim. Krim rebounds. And Elida down 2. They're going to play last shot of this quarter. Payne. Story Island working. Wash gets a 3. That hard shot. Eben Jackson tips it to buzzer. And that will bring the opening 16 minutes to an end. It'll be Shelby 19 and Elida 17 at the break. You're watching high school tournament basketball, WOSN. It's halftime at Finley. Shelby leads Elida 19-17. And Jerry, I think part of the problem is missed opportunities for Elida.
That to me is the headline of the first half. You know, missed bunnies inside. You know, even right before the half, we saw that last one. Right, and nobody was on him. But you know, you kind of panic with that clock going off. But you know, missed free throws. And
yes, they're 1 for 6.
Yeah, and you know, you look back on a game sometimes and you just say, like, look at all those missed opportunities we had. And, you know, you're gonna have to make up for it somehow.
Well, Shelby is just 4 for 6, but there's 3 points difference in a 2-point game.
Yeah, and you wonder too, you know, you look at the pace of this game, and it's 17-19.
Yes.
You know, and so we need a shot clock, right? You know, never mind on that. But
yeah,
it's really just solid defense. And again, in Elida's case, a couple missed opportunities, but it's just solid defense.
Shelby Whippets have quarter scores of 11 and 8. Braden DeVito has 9 for them. Elida has quarter scores of 10 and 7 for their 17. They're led by Amari Wash. He has 8. Thoughts on the second half, Jerry?
Well, you know, I think first of all, you know, Elida's going to do everything they can to get out, and they may turn up the heat by pressing a little bit more, you know, just to get those turnovers and get that pace, because they've got to beat that zone down the court, or they've got to find a way to break it effectively.
Second half action coming up after this. You're watching high school tournament basketball, WOSN. Preparing for second half action here in Finley. John Stocker BDS is tonight's premier sponsor of the Elida Bulldogs, providing dental care for high school sports fans. Our scoreboard has been brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and in Bluffton. The only person who has any significant fouls at all is Marcus Hill for Elida. He has 2. Nobody else has more than 1, and it will be Shelby's basketball to start quarter number 3.
Well, you know, too, I'm very sorry that I didn't go out and, you know, I know this gym pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I did not go down and stand outside the door to hear what was said at halftime. Because I would really like to hear how Elida is going to pick it up even more and get through that zone, bust that zone on the inside somehow. And I know how Shelby's going to keep stopping Elida.
This is Fultz. They tried to get DeVito backdoor Schultz jumper, and Marcus Hill goes in for the rebound. And Elida tries to run, but Shelby's doing a good job of getting back.
Yeah, they are.
They don't commit much to the offensive boards, do they?
No,
We're going to make sure you don't get out in
Yep.
transition.
That's interesting in a chess game like this, you know, that you're giving up something and you hope the payoff is what you're doing as a result.
Marcus Hill's on the wing. Both teams with their original starting lineups. Hill pulls up from 15 and nails it. Marcus Hill's got 5 in the game, and we're tied at 19. DeVito, step back 3 for him. That's short. Wash rebounds. He thought about pushing it, saw the red jerseys and pulled up.
I don't think DeVito had the best look he could have gotten out of that offensive possession.
Amari Wash looks inside. Finds Zori Island on top. And skip pass to Zori. It's been a really good red zone.
Yeah, it sure is. And I think so far, for the most part, Elida seems to be a little bit more comfortable, you know, being patient. I mean, that's the way it's going to be.
Zori Island tried to penetrate, dribble, and dump it off to Evan Jackson, but it got tipped out of bounds. Elida maintains possession. This is Jackson.
Man-to-man on the out of bounds.
Zori Island pull up three. That is Zori's first basket of the game. He averages 13.7. He's been a facilitator this evening, and the first 5 points of the half goes to Elida until DeVito scores points 10 and 11 for him. Back to a 1-point game. Island skates inside. Nope, Krim couldn't control the rebound. Here's the outlet pass. They tried to get it to Eister, and it went out of bounds. Shelby trying to push it. I guess the defenses have been so good for both teams. If you have a chance to get a run out, you take it.
Yeah, you haven't seen it enough, haven't done it enough. Let's go.
To the wing it goes to Amari Wash. He loses the basketball momentarily, finds Hill. Island just made a three, wanted another one. They got to him in a hurry. That ball's kicked.
And if that hadn't been kicked, I think it would have been stolen. Slow ball, that bounce pass is a lot slower, and there were two guys ready there to take it.
Island will inbound. Hill in the backcourt. Krim flashes high, works inside, spins, muscles up. Parker Krim has 5 in the game. His team goes back up 3.
Good move that time, and I don't think he hesitated as much, didn't take that extra pivot.
He gets a steal. Parker Krim headed to the rim with Holman chasing him down. Parker Krim missed, tip in though. Amari Wash. Elida on a roll, and that will be a Shelby timeout. Elida up 5 with 5:11 to go in the third. You're watching high school tournament basketball at WOSN. Our instant replay today is brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort style living into your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And we just had our first team called timeout of the game. It's called by Shelby. Our timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And Jerry Snodgrass, in a game like this, a short run of 5, and that's gold right now.
That's what we were just thinking about that. A 5-point lead seems like about a 15-point blowout at this point. But boy, those came in a flurry, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. Elida has put, 9 on the board this quarter to just 2 for Shelby. That was a basket by Braden DeVito. And Coach Greg Galloway has called his first time out of the game, and Shawnee's going to pick up, Elida's going to pick up full court. Saw the red and black out there. Thinking about the Indians.
Yeah.
Here's a trap. They got Fultz pinned inside. And he throws the ball up court to Holman. Holman goes cross court as he finds Eister. 3-point Eister short.
And that's exactly what you want out of that.
Yes, sometimes you press for steals, sometimes for pace. Hill into the lane, pull-up jumper. Zori Island into the lane. He bounce passes to Krim, and Parker Krim goes up. That shot's blocked by Holman. Brubaker, Holman for 3, but Krim blocks it. Scramble for the loose ball. Brubaker secures it. Eister's going to get another 3 look. That one's short. Holman tips it, and Hill has to push it over to Island.
And that's the same thing. Those are as good as steals.
Zori Island penetrates and gets fouled going to the rim. Is it a shooting foul or is it out of bounds? We got a player down to it midcourt. The foul went to Landon Fultz, his first. And trying to get up and hobble is Nick Eister. He's in a collision at midcourt.
And you can tell he's in pain.
He certainly is. Trainer gets Nick Eister to the bench. In fact, they might head right to the locker room with him. And this will be free throws for Zori Island. Our free throw sponsor is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Zori Island connects on the first of those free throws. Elida just 1 of 6 in the opening half. That's a good look right there for Coach Howard.
Yes, it is. And I watched Eister as he rounded the corner with the trainer. Once he was out of everybody's view, He was really in pain.
That bounces out. The rebound to Holman. Michael Shepard has the basketball there. He is the man who replaced Eister. He played some in the opening half. Elida up 6. Yeah. Halfway through the quarter, they've given up just a 2-point basket to DeVito. Shepard, down in the corner it goes. Brubaker goes baseline. Krim gets a block. Here's the outlet pass. Marcus Hill to the rim.
You can tell that's what they want.
Elida's got it going. They're up 8. 3:41 to go in the quarter. Started with the block from Parker Krim. And then the outlet pass and the run out. Brubaker trying to get away from Island. Steps inside. And that shot goes up and it bounces out on the effort by Shepard, but somebody's going to get the foul called on him.
I like Parker Krim, you know. He could be the fourth official in the game. He's always pleading when every ball went out of bounds. No, it's ours. I didn't foul him.
Evan Jackson got called for the foul. Michael Shepard makes the first of his Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws.
Shelby needed this.
Absolutely. Their third point of the quarter. Bounces out. Holman gets the long rebound. Brubaker passes inside to Shepard again, and he rolls inside, missed that one. Holman gets to the corner and gets it. DeVito 1 to 3. Holman does get a 3. That's short. And Wash rebounds. He's got Krim ahead of him. Says, nope, we're going to pull this one back and get a better one.
Boy, there's no hesitation, is there? They get that off the boards, they're gone.
3 minutes to go, quarter number 3. Elida with a 12-3 quarter going. Wash gets inside, he goes up to shoot, and it goes out on him. He's going to get a couple of free throws.
You know, I talked about, being efficient, especially, for Shelby. Shelby had 3 or 4 looks at that on that last possession, getting the offensive board and, didn't capitalize. And that's, you've got to be able to capitalize. You've got that many chances. You've got to get something out of it.
Michael Shepard becomes the first player in the game to pick up 3 fouls as Amari Wash makes the first of his Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. 11 in the game for him. And now 12. And we are going to get an Elida timeout. 2:47 to go in the third. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. Coach Ryan Howard takes the first Elida timeout. Our timeouts are brought to you tonight by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future at 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. It's a bit interesting, Jerry, because we saw Nick Eister leave and his replacement with an injury, and his replacement has 3 fouls. Might be a situation to view for Coach Galloway.
Yeah, and I really wondered, with Elida taking that time out, I'm wondering, try to pull him out of that zone maybe.
DeVito with Amari Wash. Over midcourt he goes. DeVito wanted a step back 3, but Evan Jackson got to him in a hurry. Evan's a really good defender.
Yeah, he's doing plus.
Shepard went to the lane, and there was Parker Krim. Here's Wash in transition, and he goes up, and Amari Wash is going to get an and 1.
Plus when you're...
Did they throw a T in there too?
I think they did.
Amari Wash scored, and we've got an official conversation. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Jerry, but
no.
Okay, the foul went to. Let's wait. Let's put it up on the board. The foul went to Landon Foltz. That's Landon's second. And we are going to get a technical foul.
waiting to hear who the technical was
exactly. Amari Wash will get a free throw to finish his three-point play opportunity. He makes that Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw. And the technical foul went to... Well, they didn't put that on the board, did they?
No, I think they called it wrong because they said it was on Amari.
Yeah, this is... Now what? Oh, they're going to call it technical on Amari Wash. I think maybe he reacted and maybe showed a bit of unsportsmanlike. And Wash will get a foul that goes against him. It'll be his second, and the free throw line will go to DeVito.
Could be wrong, but I think he was a little taunting on it, I think, is what it might have been.
I would think that was the call. It happened away from us with lots of bodies in the way, and that would be the call. So Braden DeVito makes the first of his free throws and the second of his Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws, and then it will be Shelby basketball out of bounds with Elida up 10.
So that three-point play turned into one.
Exactly, and maybe less than that. Well, it was going to be Shelby ball anyway, following the free throws. So 2:19 to go. If that would have been a technical on Shelby. Tip loose, steal, ahead of the pack, Krim to the rim, and he lost it going up. Shepard goes inside. DeVito ball fakes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Boy, you can't give him an inch.
That was, you know, Jerry, most kids, when they ball fake, they cannot reload.
That is, you're right.
And that went dead center. And then his coach takes a timeout. We will too. 1:56 to go in the third. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. The Shelby Whippets have taken their second Metzger Financial Services timeout of the quarter. They trail by 7. It'll be Elida basketball out of bounds. And I think whether you're a fan, whether you're an Elida fan or a Shelby fan, that last shot was just tremendous.
That was impressive. His balance, like you said, most people can't, after a shot big like that, can't, you know, collect themselves well. His balance, everything was perfect.
And here's the change. Shelby's going to go with a little full court pressure, 2-2-1 style. And Wash just motors through it, gives it to Jackson. Evan goes up and scores on a dime from Wash. I think that's what Coach Galloway called timeout for. Elida goes back up 9.
They don't look like they're overly comfortable, you know, against
DeVito again. That one's short, and it will go out of bounds. Well, my plea to say we don't need choir directors because 1,000 Elida fans just shouted air ball in the same key at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Although I did think it hit the rim a bit. Here's Zory Island. Elida with 80 seconds to go in the quarter, and they're not going to be in any hurry. Up 9. Been a 19-point quarter for the Bulldogs. Zory skates inside, pull up from 13. Zory's got 6 all in the quarter.
You got to give him credit. That was spread
out. And he gets a steal. Fultz has the basketball. Holmes ahead of the pack. That was unfortunate for Elida, but a good heads-up play by Shawnee. A shot by Shelby. Goodness.
What a fluke play on that, you know?
Zory Island, his team's up 9. Counts on. He goes cross-court to Wash.
Kind of the same thing. They're just trying to spread that out.
To Zory Island it goes again. He's being guarded by Landon Fultz. And we're going to get a foul as he tried to go to the rim. That will be, I believe, the 15th foul. So that'll be a shooting situation, too. Third foul on Landon Fultz. So some of the fouls are starting to pile up a little bit on Shelby. And maybe they already put 4 on the board before I realized
I think you're right.
That's just the 4th foul of the quarter. Then Altenbach's back in the game. Bring a shooter in for the last possession.
That's a tough situation if you're Shelby. You know, you almost have to go man-to-man to try to, you know, not let them hold the ball and be a little bit more patient. Same time, that really is what...
Zory Island turns the corner, goes to the rim and scores again. 8 in the quarter for him. And Wash gets a steal in the corner, but lost his balance. How many times, Jerry, they look like they're peeling back defensively and then put it brakes on and come back and get an attempted steal? And Amari's Wash laughing a little bit because he lost his footing over there in the corner. Anderson Brubaker will do the inbound duties.
You know, when Shelby is going man-to-man, and Elida spread it out well and makes it very, very tough on Shelby.
It's a 23-point Elida quarter, and they will take an 11-point lead to the fourth. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. John Stocker DDS is tonight's premier sponsor for the Elida Bulldogs, providing dental care for high school sports fans. Our To Reach Play is brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Jerry Snodgrass, Elida 23, Shelby 10 in the quarter.
What a quarter.
Oh, my.
My gosh, you talk about turning up the heat. You know, playing the game like they want to play it and connecting.
And Zori Island had 8 in the quarter. Amari Wash had 7 in the quarter, and that's a recipe for success for Coach Howard. Shelby in their man-to-man. They went that way last time out. Here's Amari Wash was headed to the rim, and let's see if that foul is. It will be on Landon Fultz, and Landon now has 4 in the game. And that will bring Avery Lambert in for him.
And I think they're going to miss him. I've watched him play, and he's kind of that, you know, every team's got this guy that doesn't have a ton of stats, but he's just solid on the floor.
You lose your point guard against Elida.
Yeah.
Alton back in the corner. DeVito has him. Wash. And now Island on top. Bounce pass. Krim picks it up. Works, goes up, and Holman blocked his shot. Shelby will get the basketball. It was a held ball situation.
It's like Shelby was doing the first half where they collapsed on him so much. And you know, he had 4 guys around him. No wonder he couldn't get it up.
Holman's played him about as well as you can play him tonight. Here's DeVito. Into the lane he goes. Pull-up jumper. Hill rebounds. Here's Island. DeVito got a hand on it. Tried to get Alton back in the corner.
I think you said it well, you know, where they can't give DeVito an inch, and they didn't down there, and he pretty much forced a shot.
Into the backcourt goes the ball to Zori Island. Bounce pass, Wash. Hill on top of the circle. Krim and Holman playing bump and run inside, and Wash goes to the rim and will draw a foul. Zori Island's court vision is really good tonight, Jerry.
Yes, it is. And also, I really like how Wash is able to control himself. You know what I mean? Doesn't pick up a charge. He goes straight up, even when he's going so hard forward.
Amari Wash will get Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. You can find them in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's famous recipe chicken, where home style happens here. Zori Island had been 3 for 3 at the foul line. Elida has struggled a bit at that area to seeding. They are just 3 for 11 there. And now 4 for 12 as he rolls that one in.
You know, we talked about that in the first half when they had missed 6 early on. And, you know, you hope you don't look back and say, man, what if?
Elida just making it difficult for Shelby to get the ball over midcourt. Here's a deep 3. That one bounces off the rim. Wash had his eyes up and decided to hold it back a bit. Zori Island into the lane to Marcus Hill. He goes to the rim, and offensive foul. Marcus Hill ran over Carson Holman. Marcus Hill now has 3 fouls.
Yeah. It's a good job by Shelby stepping in there and taking that, because earlier they were getting those drives. And that's where they were doing the bulk of their scoring.
DeVito with Amari Wash. Anderson Brubaker. And we're going to get an offensive foul. Avery Lambert tried to cut to the rim and just shoved down Marcus Hill trying to get position inside. And that's the third team foul on Shelby already. We played less than 2 minutes of this quarter.
Couple possessions, where Shelby is just like trying to get it all back at once, and it just seems like they're playing.
Missouri Island shot misses. Altenbach rebounds and scores in the lane. Brody Altenbach's got 5 important points in the game.
I didn't know if he could hit from inside.
Elida up 14. They missed Brubaker. He was open inside. Missouri Island will get called for his first foul. As much pressure as those two guys put on, they have a total of 3 fouls between them today.
Well, one of the things I thought about keeping your composure, we saw Missouri Island be in foul trouble from the start of the game against Bath. And, you could tell he was frustrated.
Yes.
So, he stayed out of foul trouble. He's played hard. And that's a big, big difference in this game.
He played 26 minutes in this game before he got his first foul.
Yeah.
Runner in the lane. No. Jackson with a rebound. Missouri Island looked at his coach, and his coach says, we're going to slow this down a little bit. Island look at the official to see if the count's on. There it goes. Into the lane he goes. Bounce pass Krim. Parker kicks it back out to Marcus Hill. Instead of forcing it up, Parker Krim made a wise decision. Here's Missouri Island again. Nick Eister, who was injured earlier, is back in the game. Bounce pass inside. Evan Jackson's shots missed, but Krim rebounds and Krim scores.
That was a nice cut that time. Back door, he got a little too far underneath. Boy, Parker Krim was right there.
Elida goes up 16. Here's Holman to the rim, and he just ran over Missouri Island. Carson Holman picks up his third foul. That's an offensive foul. I see Missouri Island with 8 points. He has done so many other good things this evening than just score 8 points.
And sometimes you wonder when scorers, which he is, when they're not scoring like that, are they frustrated? Do they rush things? He's been key in this game.
He is what you call a point guard extraordinaire tonight. He has led his team. He's got some assists. He's got some steals. He's defended, just took a charge, and he's scored 8 points, all in a very pivotal third quarter.
So our younger people watching, it's more than scoring points.
It absolutely is. Wash out front. Into the lane he goes. He kicks it back out. Wise decision.
Very wise.
Here's Marcus Hill and Missouri Island. Brubaker has him. Here's Krim. Backs down, goes up, and Parker Krim will get called for an offensive foul. That is his second foul of the game.
I don't know if I've ever seen so many offensive fouls.
I was thinking the same thing. We've had a bunch of them here just recently, too. We've played 4 minutes of this quarter. Shelby has not scored in the quarter. Elida has just 5, but that's been enough to build their lead to 16. Landon Fultz. Landon's got 4 fouls. Here's a 3 that's going to go up. That 3 ball will count for Michael Shepard. Big shot, gets it back to a 13-point game.
That was big for them. I thought maybe he took that a little too soon or under pressure, but good shooter in his own right.
Krim, and tied up inside by Holman. It'll be Elida basketball. Jerry, I think we've both been here before. There's 3:35 to go in the game. If you're Coach Ryan Howard, the clock never moves. If you're Coach Greg Gralloway, it is racing by.
Yes.
It'll be Elida basketball out of bounds on the held ball situation. Island is the inbounder. Altenbach broke loose inside and wisely brought it back out front.
Yeah, that was a good move by him, too. Rather than force it up, let's take it out. We've got control.
Short jumper in the lane. Krim rebounds. Krim tried to take it back up. And Mari Wash tracks it down on the other side of midcourt.
That was as high as I saw Krim get up all night. I think we're back in shooting 2 now.
That is correct. That will be a dribble drive penetration foul that goes against Anderson. Brubaker. Anderson now has 2 fouls, and the free throw line for Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws will be Zori Island. Zori's 1 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. Our scoreboard today is brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and in Bluffton. As Zori gets another Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw. Splashed that one, 9 in the game for him. His coach takes a Metzger Financial Services timeout. 3:08 to go, Elida up 14. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. Coach Ryan Howard has taken his second timeout of the game. Our timeouts today are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 46-32, Elida, but Jerry, you have to make your free throws if you hold on to the basketball, and that's kind of a difficult spot for Coach Howard to be in.
Yeah, and you know what's even more difficult about that? So many times in the stands you'll hear somebody say, "Don't they ever work on free throws?"
Yeah.
You know, but what you get into that timeout,
right?
You can't say it.
Sure.
You know, you can't say hit those free throws. You know,
right.
It's just a mental thing, and you go the next game and they hit 25 in a row.
They are a 67% free throw shooting team on the season. Just been one of those off things tonight for them. Fultz needing points in a hurry. Shelby down 14. DeVito. With Amari Wash guarding him. Fultz heads to the rim. Krim went up to block it, let him go. Fultz has his first basket of the game.
And the same thing. Elida spread the defense out, trying to keep it away from DeVito.
Krim spins in the lane, powers up. Holman got another block shot. Carson Holman has played the post defense about as well as you can this evening for a 6'4" player. To the corner it goes. Shepard lost the basketball and went off his foot out of bounds. Altenbach will re-enter.
I thought he might have traveled before that. Looked like he, took that step.
He wanted to get the 3 ball up, and,
yes,
and the defense got to him, and then his footwork got a little off, and he lost the ball out of bounds. Altenbach re-enters for Evan Jackson. That will be an offense-defense situation for a while, and we have a foul. And that will go against Landon Fultz. And that will be Landon's 5th foul. He will foul out of the basketball game. The 6-foot junior with a 2-point night to his credit.
More importantly, him bringing the ball up the court against all that pressure. Now that's going to be tough. Last time he was out, they had DeVito bringing the ball up, and that kind of takes him away from that scoring opportunity.
Number 23, Gavin Miller, a 6-foot junior, will enter into the free throw line to shoot Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. That one goes a bit hard for Amari Wash. So it's been contagious like the flu tonight, Jerry.
Yeah, I see Coach Howard taking antacids. Like, man, you could ice this thing.
That one will splash for Amari Wash. That gives him 17 in the game. His team leads by 13. And he immediately goes for a steal. DeVito's going to be happy he doesn't have to see Amari Wash anymore.
Yeah. Though, too, again, when he's bringing that ball up the court, that's a lot of effort. Takes away a little bit from his scoring opportunities.
Braden DeVito does have 16 in the game. And
just a long pass.
Yep.
He timed it wrong trying to get it. That was a big turnover. We're getting down the 2-minute mark, where it can be a free throw shooting contest now.
Baseline out of bounds for Zori Island. And back to Zori. There's a trap. Wash goes to the rim. Amari Wash goes up and scores inside. 19 for Amari Wash. If I go to the rim and score, you can't foul me. Strip loose, but we're going to get a foul.
Oh, you can just see, though, when Elida's on the offensive end, they're spreading that out so well. And, you can't leave anybody open, and it's just opening the lane for those guards.
Zori Island will pick up his second foul. Braden DeVito will go to the free throw line. He's a 74% free throw shooter. He is now 4 for 5 tonight. That's his 17th point of the game. The next closest whippet is Carson Holman with 6. Now he's got 18 in the game. You're Shelby. You're thinking we were down 10 with 2 minutes to go in our semifinal game. We got one more run in us, maybe. Island to Wash, and Wash will be fouled by Holman. And Carson Holman now has 4 fouls. And Wash will go back to the free throw line again for a pair of Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throws.
In this game, Shelby's not a team that can just come back from a pretty big deficit. You got to rely on the other team shooting and missing. You got to rely on getting a few turnovers, and they're just not built that way. They're built to win close games.
Amari Wash with 20. Make it 21. 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. DeVito working in the lane. Holman gets a 3 look. That one is short and will go out of bounds. Carson Krim comes running at me. I'm going to unload pretty quickly too. Alton back in the game as again he and Evan Jackson play offense, defense. Into the game will come Avery Lambert. He replaces Michael Shepard. Shepard's got 3 fouls. Probably the reason he's out of the game right now. Errant inbound pass. Here's a shot's going to go up from Miller. And to the rim, and not able to score is Avery Lambert, but he will draw a foul and get to shoot free throws with under 90 seconds to go.
Excellent job that time by the Whippets of, denying the ball, staying with it. They haven't been able to do that much, but did a very good job on that possession.
Marcus Hill becomes the first Bulldog with some foul situations. He picks up his 4th. And to the free throw line is the left-handed Avery Lambert. Makes his first free throw. And he will get a second Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw.
Well, Elida can't foul either right now. Both teams, shooting. And, you foul, that stops the clock. You can score with the clock stopped, and you can't afford to do that.
Amari Wash motors up court. DeVito tried to draw a foul. They didn't get the call. Alton backs inside. Back out it goes to Krim, and they reset.
That was a great job by Alton.
Wash thought he was going to be fouled, didn't get a call. Scramble for the loose ball in the court. Here's a pass ahead. And trying to get loose inside and missing with a left-handed shot inside was Lambert. And then Brubaker gets the rebound and will draw another foul.
And again, a chance to score with the clock stopped.
Zori Island thought he was going to be fouled. If I get a shot up, it'll be a 3-shot opportunity, and didn't get the call he wanted. Zori now has 3 fouls in the game, and Anderson Brubaker will go to the free throw line. He has not been there this evening, but he shoots 64% on the season. Makes that one. And you are correct. They're scoring points with the clock stopped, and Elida would prefer to see that clock run.
You might think a 12-point lead is safe, but.
And it goes to 11.
And again, another great job of defending on the inbounds pass.
They certainly did. Brody Altenbach didn't want to turn the ball over, so he called timeout. So Elida will take a Metzger Financial Services timeout with 11-point lead. Timeout for us. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. Elida has just taken their third timeout of the basketball game. They have 2 remaining with 55.5 to go. Shelby has 3 timeouts remaining. Each team has committed 5 fouls. The possession arrow favors Shelby.
They're having a hard time getting it in.
Here's Zori Island. Here comes the trap. Zori makes a bounce pass through to Amari Wash. Amari's going to hold it until he draws contact. With 46.6 to go, they killed 9 seconds. That foul will go to Anderson Brubaker. That's Anderson's third. Amari Wash to the free throw line.
Well, we say all the time, you know, so often boils down to free throws.
I've got Amari being 8 for 13 from the free throw line. This will be his 14th free throw attempt. So I counted them up very, very quickly. That seems high. I'm going to add that one up again in a moment. And that one he makes. 22 in the game for Amari Wash. His team's up by 12. DeVito trying to get away from him. From Island, spins in the lane and can't. Holman heads to the rim. Krim cuts him off. Really good defense. And then just let him go rather than foul, and he missed a shot. Elida's going to bring it up. Zori Island motors through everybody. Says, let's just bring this out and kill the clock. And the Elida bench high-fives each other as Elida will take a 52-40 victory and move on to the regionals. Jerry and I'll be back with post-game right after this. You're watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN. We're back at Findlay High School. The Elida Bulldogs are about to receive their district championship medals and trophy. They have won over the Shelby Whippets tonight, 52-40. And Jerry, the whole game turned in the third quarter.
You know, it sure did. You know, 23 points. They came out of 23 points. They came out of that locker room, just turned the heat up, and there was no looking back.
And fueled, Zori Island had 8 in the quarter. Amari Wash had 7 in the quarter, and fueled offensively and defensively by those guys.
Well, you know, too, they were able to spread the offense out quite a bit, and that pulled Shelby had to go man-to-man, which is, you know, they were controlling that tempo pretty well in the 2-3 zone. And boy, when they did that, that created so many openings for Island and Wash.
The Shelby Whippets will finish the season at 16-9. They were 10-4 in the MOAC. They were led by Braden DeVito with 18. Carson Holman had 6. They had quarter scores of 11, 8, 10, and 11 for their 40. Grant Howard's team, they will go to 18-7. They were 8-1 in the Western Buckeye League. They were led tonight by Amari Wash. He had 22. Zori Island had 9, all in the second half. Parker Krim had 7. The Elida Bulldogs, they will go to the Bowling Green Regional. That will be a semifinal matchup on March 6th. They will play at 6 o'clock. They will play the winner of Gates Mill Hawkins or Cathedral Latin. Those two teams play on Saturday at 7 p.m. We want to thank our sponsors today. It's been Webb Insurance Agency, Ultimate Outdoor, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Metzger Financial Services, and John Stocker DDS. Nate Wyrock, the athletic director, has done a great job for us as always. Jacob O'Neill will take this back to the station, edit it all together. If we can, and sometimes it's difficult with the confusion of district action, we're going to try to get an interview with Ryan Howard before we wrap this up. We're here with the Elida coach, Ryan Howard, and a great win for you tonight. Coach, you turned it on in the third quarter. What happened at halftime?
You know, we settled early in the first half just for jump shots, and we said we got to get into the paint. You know, we got some turnovers there. I don't even know, Coach. I mean, I'm stunned we're here.
Ryan, you got 8 out of Zori in quarter number 3. You got 7 out of Amari in quarter number 3. And their defensive steals, they really turned it on.
Yeah, someone made a comment this week that we don't focus on defense. And, you know, this group, they come in and work so hard. And, I'm never going to doubt their effort, and we got it done on the defensive end, and that's what we told them at halftime.
And now you're going on the regional. It's got to be a great feeling for a first-year coach and his team.
We're going to enjoy this. I don't even know what to say, Coach. I'm just so happy for these kids. They work so hard, and I'm just proud of every one of them.
And we're proud of you too, Ryan. Thanks for coming on with us. You've been watching high school tournament basketball on WOSN.